Today I'm putting on my head gasket on my 2009 MINI Cooper R56S that I picked up for $1,000. Let's get this. What's up guys, Z62 here. Welcome back to the MINI Cooper R56S build. Head gasket replacement. It is time to put things back together slowly but surely. My plan today is to get the head gasket and the head back on and torqued down. I'm gonna take my time and then I'm gonna go through everything to see if I can do anything while I'm down here with the gaskets, because I have all the gaskets in here. My order has arrived, but I've already cleaned the carbon in the head, or the block I should say, as much as I can. We should be good there. I'm gonna obviously get a compressor and go through it one more time and vacuum the inside as well one more time right before I put the head back on. But yeah, I did as much as I could, as you guys saw, I think on the previous episode. I know I have a crankshaft seal, so I have that seal there to replace. But yeah, I just want to go through everything to see if there's any gaskets or anything I need to replace while I'm down here. Other than that, that's kind of it. Tomorrow I'll be going to a junkyard and going to see if I can find the windshield washer fluid tank, because that cracked when I unloaded it off the trailer. Plus we want to look at parts for the car that I picked up in Vegas. I'm not saying what it is because I don't know what's releasing first, but I already worked on it quite a bit. I don't know how those videos are releasing or the scheduling between these videos, but anyways, doesn't matter. The Mini is what matters today because I want to get this thing back on the road ASAP. And again, this is not a tutorial video. There's way better videos for tutorials. Mod Mini, Mini Mania, I think are the two that I'm kind of watching. Plus, I'm still waiting for my intercooler. I did order the intercooler, so that'll be coming Thursday, and then I still have to order a new thermostat. So I don't know when that will be arriving. Let's get to it, I guess. All right, we got all our parts here. Timing cover seal, flange for the exhaust, for the downpipe, fuel line, rail, high pressure fuel line or whatever it's called. And then the most important thing, the gasket kit. Oh, and also the Pierberg vacuum pump. FYI for any Mini owners, this right here was like $100 and something. I forgot what it was. Pierberg are the ones who make the vacuum pump for the Mini. If you look at your standard vacuum pump, you can see, oh, screw will fall out, but you can see right there, Pierberg, and these are the stock OEM ones for Mini. The problem is the stock OEM ones cost like double the price, so they're like 300 and something bucks, but you can get a Pierberg one for a little bit less money, even though it's the genuine BMW product. It just comes in a Pierberg box. So if you want to save some money, make sure to see what OEM your OEM manufacturer is charging, and then you can use that to save some money on there. So, all right, so we got a full gasket kit from L-Ring. Well, I bought one from L-Ring, I didn't get it. So if someone would sponsor me, that would be nice and dandy. But we got our valve stem seals, which I believe, if I'm correct, which I'll have to, actually, paperwork's right here. I wonder if they were replaced. I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to double check that. But anyways, we got that. We got valve cover seal, exhaust manifold turbo, heat shield gasket, and then we have a full set of just random gaskets for anything your heart can desire. Does come with this German tightening instructions for cylinder head. That's cool. It comes, so if you don't have a book or anything, you have the way to do it, which is the opposite way of doing the other ones. You're pretty much going in a circle, out and out and out. It comes with these little gaskets as well, which I'm guessing are for the turbo lines, because I remember these ones coming off and I'm pretty sure they're sitting down there. And then the main event of the show, the head gasket. You got multi-layer head gasket set, nice and pretty and shiny, and hopefully it holds everything back in place. And then we obviously have the L-Ring cylinder head studs, bolts, whatever you want to call them, and that will be going in. So this car is being put back together by L-Ring. Cool. All right, we got the Mishimoto coolant lines. I want to see what all comes included in this. It should have the heater hose stuff, but they look nice and new. timing chain from Detroit Tuned. So I got all the hoses out. Here's the hoses. They look really nice. Nice and shiny new coolant hoses. So from what I've seen, silicone lines like push more fluid through. Not push more fluid through, but they hold more fluid. You kind of have to like fill it up more. So I'm hoping that with this new thermostat, intercooler even, because that's like colder air, that it should like hold the temperature just a tad bit lower. These engines run really hot, and that's why they have so many issues when it comes to head gasket issues and stuff. So I'm hoping that with the hoses, it'll fix it a little bit. Like this hose is brand new because you replaced it, but it's not a metal one. It's just a stock like OEM one, which tend to crack over time. I'm like debating on getting a metal one of these. I've been like thinking about it. I'm like, I don't know if I want to, because it is like a brand new one. Either way, I want to get some water running through the heater hose just to push anything old out of it, because obviously we've had an oil contamination. I would imagine, I think, again, this is not my car. It didn't happen to me when I was driving it. I bought it like this. All right, back with the Mini. It's been a couple of days, probably like a full week since I've even touched this car, because I was working on the car from Vegas. So you guys have probably already seen that by the time this one's out, or not. I'm not sure. That's why I'm not saying what car it is, because it's not supposed to be said. Anyways, took the water pump off, took the cross tube off, and the idler pulley with the belt off. So I'm gonna clean these here, and then clean the crankshaft one as well, whatever you want to call it, because I got a new belt. Might as well get the idle tensioner pulley, because a lot of people say they recommend replacing that when you're replacing the belt. And then a water pump, because might as well while I'm in here. And then the cross tube, even though it was pretty much brand new, I still just wanted to get it replaced. I ended up getting a plastic one. I probably should have gotten a metal one, but again, I'm not sure how long I'm gonna keep this car, and it was like $50 more, so I'm like, eh. So I spent like another, I don't know, 300 bucks on the Mini. So that's all taken apart. All that stuff should come in today. New intercooler, new thermostat, new idle tensioner, new belt, new water pump, new cross tube, water tube, whatever you want to call it. But in the bad news of the Mini, I did get the tires mounted, and you're saying, how is that bad news? But yeah, look how good it looks. Wrapped with some Accelera 5 VRs, whatever you want to call them. But bad news, that top tire, top wheel I should say, is warped. So it cost about 200 bucks to get it unwarped at Hubcap Annie's here in Boise. So I might do that, because I couldn't find a used one on eBay or something for cheap. So that's probably the best route to go with. So I'll be like 700 bucks in the wheels and tires by the time I get them fixed, the one. I don't know if you guys know what this is. It's my new instrument. See, look. Not good. Ooh, look at this guy. Now this. Look at the size difference. And then the back of it, it's pretty much the same. So the bottom of it, it's still even thicker than the original one. And then you have all that extra space. So much room for activities, guys, with this thing. Intercooler in the bin. Coolant hoses in the bin. Water pump in the bin. Thermostat and housing in the bin. Water pipe in the bin. Accessory belt in the bin. Stock down pipe, maybe to recycling so I can get maybe money for it. In the bin. Bell tensioner and high pressure fuel line in the bin. And we already threw the intake away, so that's in the bin. And that's that. That's all the old stuff, I believe, from the vehicle. I was kind of cleaning everything out, and now I'm gonna have to take the oil pan out because of the red pipe of the brake parts cleaner flew out and it went into the oil pan. Cool. Anyways, I was gonna take the oil pan out either way. I was gonna start doing stuff, but I was looking in here. See all these chunks? So this is like on the walls, especially around this first cylinder here. Just this like brittle but like rubbery plastic. So I think it's just a mixture of oil, old coolant lines, and potentially like stop leak, like head gasket repair stuff, I would imagine has been sprayed in here just because how bad it was in the heater hoses. And now this, but I was taking like compressed air and kind of blew it out, but I got some of it out. Yeah, you can see that big wall right there. You can see that movement in there, but around here it's really, really bad around the first cylinder. But the further it gets this way, the better it is. But you can still probably see like a little bit down there, but now I have brake parts cleaner in there anyways. But you can see like crevices, and I thought it was like the walls themselves, but that all that like that right that what you can see right there, like that's not the bottom of it. And I'm just like pretty much picking at it as carefully as possible to not score anything, and it's been doing it pretty okay. But been working on this for like 30 minutes just to get all that stuff out, because it's like actual chunks of stuff and I wouldn't want that to get clogged somewhere. Again, I will be running this just with water for probably 2 full like heat cycles just to get everything out and clear it. But that, I don't know how that's gonna come out with just water, and I don't want those chunks to be going into the thermostat or anywhere else. So I'm gonna try to get as much as I can out since I cleaned out everything else. But now, once this is done, then I can start doing everything, because I cleaned up around like the crankshaft pulley and all that. So yeah, that's what I'm working on now. Here we go, the installation of the head. You guys are about to hear the sound you really don't want to hear when you're installing head bolts. So the head bolts are making the sound because they are not meeting the block in the correct way. So pretty much what I have to do is take it all off and re-clean the head bolt holes to try to line it up again. And as you see here, it goes bad again. Oh my God, again? Fuck. Oh, why is it doing that? Oh man, fuck. So then I have to take off the head again, and we're probably already like an hour and a half into this. This time lapse is skipped by 30,000 times the speed of regular time, so it's a lot of time. And now this is the cleaning process that I'm doing for each individual hole, even though I already did this. But I will explain here in a bit after I discover why it's making that sound, even though I'm oiling up the bolts and everything. I'm doing everything by the book, but it's not working. So do that to all the holes, and after you'll see the time, this is what happens. 3 hours and 46 minutes to put 10 sticks in a head. Holy shit, as you guys saw in the time lapse. Third time I couldn't get it, and then when I was inspecting the head, or when I was inspecting the block a bit better, there was that same buildup that was in the pockets of the coolant jackets. It was the same buildup on there. Because when I was torquing them down, as you probably heard already, because I probably stopped at that point, that screeching sound and all that stuff, and I had them properly oiled up and all that, but I think there was just that stuff on the bottom. But I am gonna lubricate the washers this time between the head and the washer, because I saw that that's a thing as well. So I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna let that dry because it is right now 5. It's 5:40, whatever. So I'm gonna get ready to go to work and then let that dry all night with the Q-tips in there to get all the liquid out, because compressed air will not get it out. And I don't have any like vacuum thing that's small enough to put like a tube down there, like a suction. Like a needle suction would be perfect. I don't have anything like that, so I'm just hoping the Q-tips will get it all out. They did with the other ones when you saw on the time lapse. This is my second set of Q-tips, and it did take all the dryness out. It was just, there was that buildup that and then I noticed, because the dryness looked shiny and I thought that was just the metal. That's what threw me off. But yeah, compressed air will not take out the liquid on it. at all. And I've done brake cleaner and all that kind of stuff. And it was like the first thing I cleaned when I was doing this. So anyways, that's gonna be that. I'm gonna end this episode here because I honestly have zero idea what episodes I'm at. I'm so behind on editing. Yeah, it's all over the place. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining on part 3 of the cylinder head gasket replacement video of the MINI Cooper R56. If you're doing this job, just make sure those pockets in there are cleared out, and then these head bolts are super clean, because in this instance, pain in the ass, and they were pretty dirty as well. Even though I cleaned them with brake cleaner, I thought that was going to be enough because I didn't think anything would really get in there, but somehow it's like there's just a bunch of black gunk in there. I don't know how, so no idea on that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me. If you guys like to hit the like button down below. If you want to see the Vegas video and the car that we picked up, which you guys have already seen, but it was a WRX 2006 with only 92,000 miles. If you guys want to check out that video of the things we've done to it and all that, hit the subscribe button down below. Yeah, you guys have a wonderful, beautiful day. D628's out.